Hi, folks, and welcome to Game 3 of Week 2 of the AABA League here at Academy USA. Today's matchup brings Aragats versus Erebuni. You know, folks, if you haven't been tuning in, we've had two amazing games here, and I don't expect anything less in this matchup. Erebuni winning their first game of the season very convincingly, but are without the star player, Robert Valentine.
Alec, that is such a big key they're missing. Last performance he had 43 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Not having him today hurts. But you know, I gave him a shout out last game. I'll do it again. Garan Spengian had a great game last time, had 28 points in his win. If he can maintain that same production level, they'll be in good hands.
And on the other side, for Aragats, we have one of the youngest, most electrifying players this league has, Derek Eliassi, putting up 30 points and 7 rebounds, going along with 5 assists in his last matchup. Pat, you've played with him, you've watched him. What do you see from this young gunner?
Alec, Derek is a bulldog. It's just that simple. He's a workout warrior. He's a true competitor. He refuses to lose. That's something you can't teach. And if you're able to convey that message with the whole squad, you're in good hands. But one player I'm looking to see the production today, Greg Kishishin. Greg is one of the best shooters we have in this league. He can easily score the basketball. I want to see what he can do today. He struggled a little bit last week, but I think today is a whole new day. I'm excited to see what he can bring to the table.
Every game's a new game here in the AABA League. It's anyone's game as we have the tip-off coming to you in just a minute. Erebuni missing quite a few players here today. You wonder if that's going to come back to haunt them, not having any substitutions, going with a 5-man team. As Aragats get the first stop of the game. Eliassi attacking, and he gets it to go right off the bat, Pat.
That's exactly what he has to do, Alec. That's his game. He doesn't know how to play the game any other way.
As Sardar Begin posts up Keshishian.
A little bit of a tough shot for Henrik. That's not necessarily what he's known for. Henrik is good at slashing, getting easy buckets by his off-ball movement.
Eliassi attacking it again, kicking it out to Trent. Floater, no good by Daniel Taronas.
That's a tough pass by Kilijian. And gives up a foul right off the bat. I'm not sure if I'm liking his activity there. But nonetheless, that was a great defensive effort.
The take foul being used a lot in this league is something that gets kind of overlooked, stops a possession from a fast break happening. As Andreasyan inside, Sardar Begin again trying to post up Keshishian. I'm not too sure about that. As Keshishian comes back and hits it on the other end. Aragats pushing it up. Trent attacking with the contact and goes. No foul, but he manages to hit that shot, giving Aragats a 6-0 lead to start this game. As Stretch
Good
attacks.
by Trent Lusarian. Trent's brother, Tyler, played in the previous game and had a great impact. Looking for Trent to do the same here.
Long three, no good by Corey Davis, who's making his season debut today. We've played alongside Corey in a few runs, Pat. He can shoot, he can dribble, he can do it all.
Corey is such a smart player, Alec. I really do have a lot of respect for his game. I've seen him train. I've seen him play. He can do it all.
As Kashishian, just as you wanted, Pat, comes off aggressive to start this game, and we have a 9-0 lead for Aragats. The start you're hoping to get from a young group. Inside to Stretch, posting up against Lusarian. And Stretch, Garen. Spenjian gets the better of that one.
He's too big for Trent down there, so you're going to have to send some help.
Shot blocked by Eliassi, but he gets it back from a pass by Daniel Terrones, who's very active.
What an extra effort Terrones is putting in, but that's exactly what you need from him. And that's exactly what he'll give you every time.
Right off the bat, the presence that Valentine brought last game is missing for Erebuni. Who do you go to on the offensive end? Great defense there by Aragats. And we have another shot clock violation. Great activity from Aragats to start this game on both sides of the ball.
You know, Alec, young teams, when they get the lead, an issue that always comes along is, can they keep their composure and maintain this? Because an experienced team is going to find a way to score. That is going to be key moving forward for this team.
Three-pointer, no good. Davis back to Williams. Williams asking for space as he attacks. And a great jump ball there by Terrones.
What an effort by Terrones, Al. He's doing all the dirty work for the team, rebounding, playing defense, giving them second chance points. But right now from Erebuni, I want to see him be a little more patient. The quality of shots is not there.
Handoff to Eliassi. Long three, no good. Rebound by Lusarian. Terrones, very patient, very composed when it comes to handing the ball off, doing what he's being told to do. And we have an offensive foul call there. Way
No,
to
Alec,
put his body.
I don't see Stretch taking charges very often.
Williams, no good on the three. Eliassi bringing the ball up. Again from deep, Keshishian.
That NBA range, Al. That is a tough shot by Keshishian to make.
And similar to our first game of the night with Avon, Aragats loves running action, movement, getting shooter shots, and we've seen it here early. Up 14-2. Erebuni heads down a little bit from some of the players, not too happy from each other. Can they pick it up? Long three, no good by Garen. Up ahead to Keshishian. Guarded by Sardar Begian, goes right past him, dump off.
And it looks like
And this
Stretch
is not
down.
good.
That's not a good sign.
Foul taken. And this is exactly what we were worried about for Erebuni. With only 5 players in today's game, can't afford to have one of their guys get injured. We have a timeout by Erebuni, and they are just hoping that Garen Stretch.
He seems to be okay. He's walking it off. I think he's getting assurance, nodding that he's fine. But you know, Al, Erebuni has to be careful because against younger teams, when the game keeps going, they're going to keep pushing that tempo. They're in shape.
This was not the best week to be undermanned, going up against a team that has the legs, they have the will, They were just hoping for an opportunity here, and looks like they got it.
That's due to the shooting effort of Greg Kishishan. He's putting on a great first quarter performance. He's got to maintain this. If they want to have a chance to complete this win, I know it's very early, but he's got to maintain this game speed.
Once again, Erebuni missing the player of the league, in my opinion, at this point. I know it's early on. We're only in week 2, but Robert Valentine missing from Erebuni. Such a big piece. As we've talked about him before, he had an amazing game in that week 1, Valentine did.
Valentine is an exceptional player out. We talked about it. When we talk about true pro, he is a true pro. And not having him here, you're missing that scoring option. Right now, Erebuni's struggling to score.
43 points in that first game. Where are we going to see that? As Aragats are up 16-2 with 4.5 left here to play in the first. The amount of energy I see from them is on another level today, Pat. Great look inside by Eliassi. Teronis gets on the scores table.
I'm liking the communication from Aragats. Erebuni right now, they seem to be more at each other's throats. You have to have confidence, play with each other, and play as a team.
How many folks at home thought the score would be 18-2 in the favor of the youngest team in the league?
You know, Al, Erebuni is also missing some of the key A1 role players, such as Alan Bagaturian, Aram Darzabashian, guys like that who understand what it takes to win. Not being on the court, it does hurt.
Speaking of Alan Bagaturian, I would be remiss, Pat, if I didn't congratulate him on getting engaged this weekend. That's why he's missing the game, I guess. But, you know, I probably would have played the game instead of going and get, I don't know.
You say that, but I don't think your fiance would appreciate that.
Ball is life, Pat. Ball is life. 18-3 here. A lot of contact. No call, but Derek still gets it to go.
Aragats is doing pretty much anything they want to do right now. Erebuni's struggling a little bit. Maybe look for Garn stretch Spenjon to get easy ball, and that's not good either. Frustration is brewing from both teams.
As Aragats goes up the other way. I really don't know how successful Erebuni's going to be with a guy like Henrik Sardar-Begyan taking a majority of their shots so far.
Understanding your roles, Alec, is, as you know, is such an important thing. And much needed bucket for Erebuni by Corey Davis.
Big time bucket to stop a little bit of the bleeding there. But still a 17-point game.
But as I was saying, Alec, understanding your roles, knowing what you need to do for your team to be successful. Not too many people know that. They don't know how to do that. Henrik knows how to do that. But the team he's surrounded with, they just got to understand how to do that.
Coach BJ yelling at his team to get into the right positions, knowing how important it is to keep the foot on the pedal here. As we have our first subs of the game for Aragats, sharpshooter Andrew Petrosian into the game alongside David. Petrosian guarding Davis. Davis pulling up, no good. He's a type of a player, Davis is, that wants to make sure his team is in the game at all times offensively.
Oh, nice pass by Kazarian to Torones.
Great look by Daniel Kazarian inside to Torones.
Very unselfish play. I love it. You know, Alec, Erebuni not having any subs is going to hurt them.
Three-on-one the other way. Eliassi A lot of contact once again. But he fights through it and he gets the basket to go. As Williams pulls up from deep.
Much needed bucket. They needed that one.
Keshishian pulls up. Tough three.
Not sure how I feel about that. I know Greg's a great shooter, but you can get an easier bucket through execution.
Gets it right back as they attack the other way. Petrosian, first three of the game, no good. Williams attacking, and he gets it to go. Timeout by Aragats after being up as much as 20 points.
You know, Alec, I really like this sub from Aragats. Dad, I want to say Coach BJ, but I have a hard time saying it. Dad understands that you don't want to take those kind of shots. You want to take advantage. Get those. You work so hard on defensive end. Nobody's running back. You have a 4-on-2 or 3-on-2. You need layups. Even if it is a sharpshooter like Andrew, who I've seen play, he can knock down those threes anytime. But in my experience, it's always been easier for me to get a layup, and then from there I'm able to have that confidence I can shoot this three.
Today's game, once again, brought to you by Academy USA. We're live from this fully loaded arena and stadium. Make sure to visit academyusa.com to become a member and get access to this wonderful facility. Let's take a look at the upcoming season, Pat. We have games all throughout October 22nd, every Saturday. Game days are exciting. You'll see 3 matchups per day up until our semifinal, which is October 28th, and our final on Saturday, October 29th.
So one thing we know, Alec, in this league, all teams are extremely competitive people. Anyone can win any game.
Aragats with the ball. 26-10. Keshishian pulling up again a little bit long. Getting a little bit sloppy here for Aragats, even though they're still up by 16 as Williams attacks, and he gets it to go. And just like that, it's a 14-point game.
Keshishian trying to force that pass to Petrosian, but at that point, you just got to go with the one, give it one pass at a time.
Aragats needs to get back here with Williams. And just like that, we were wondering who would be the guy to step up for Erebuni. Williams, last few possessions, Pat, has really turned up the tempo.
Williams has the size advantage against Toronis. At that point, you have to take it to the basket. And so far, he's been making things happen now. And he's going to the line right now, shooting 2.
First one is up and good for Williams. Second one up and good, making it a 12-point game. 15 seconds left on the game clock. Shot clock is turned off. Aragats looking to get one good possession here, go into the second quarter with a nice lead. As Keshishian gets a good look, steps out of bounds, giving the ball back to Erebuni with 4 seconds left. In what was a 20-point lead, can be just under 10 at this point, as Andreassian attacks and gets the basket. And after a hot start, a great start from Aragats, we have a 10-point game. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what we need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
For those just joining us here in our third game of the day between Aragats and Erebuni, we have another great matchup here. Aragats starting off on an incredible run, going up as many as 20 points, have slowed the pace down, and Erebuni on the other end turning it up, making it a 10-point game as we start the second quarter. Erebuni starting the game without any subs, finally have a few players here to help them, Pat.
One of them, Sevan Pogos, just check into the game. Guy who can space the floor and help provide some three-point shooting.
As Davis gets that fadeaway to go, cutting it under 10 now, 26-18. Aragats up by 8. Inside. Keshishian cannot get it to go after starting off incredibly hot. Giving up an open look now to the other sharpshooter for Aragats, Andrew Petrosian.
That's got to feel good for him. He's been struggling the last couple shots. Finally got one to go. And much needed too. It seems that Erebuni is going to some sort of zone here. A 1-2-2 zone. Let's see how this will work.
Anthony Kardash over to Shant. Lusarian with the floater. And just like that, Aragats seem to finally pick up the pace again.
That's what they're good at, Alec. They're good at pushing the tempo. You slow it down too much, you're playing to what Erebuni wants.
Good help over by Losarian. Rebound by Kardash. Up ahead, Kalenjian. Petrosian looking inside. Great look inside by Petrosian. Having just hit his first 3 of the game, making a very unselfish play up ahead. Again,
Nice
Kardash.
move by Williams can't finish.
Tough break there. Oh, what a pass
What a find.
by Keshishian. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Is that going to be on our Sports Center top 10 plays of the night, Pat?
It just might.
What a play.
And Sevon trying to get right back at him. Was able to draw the foul. Now I'll be shooting 2.
I think the next progression of AABA basketball is going to have instant replay because I want to see that one again.
That was a nice player. That might be probably the nicest play I've seen all day, Al.
As Pogosian short on the first shot. And short on the second. You have to wonder, coming into the game in the second quarter, puts some of these players at a little bit of a disadvantage, not warmed up. As Petrosian tries to take another deep 3. You want to see him get a little bit of a more rhythm shot there. As Spengion attacks and he hits the layup.
That was a strong move by Stretch. It looks like you want a foul there. Again, how we talked about it. The guy never thinks it's his foul. Never thought he did it.
Foul on Spengion there. Erebuni back into a man as Kalenjian attacks up over Andriasian. Doesn't get it to go. Petrosian attacking. Gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
I like what I'm seeing from Petrosian right now. He's putting in a lot of effort. He's being patient. Yeah, the last shot he took might have been a little contested, but as a shooter, you have to shoot. I just want to say this about Andrew. He was playing 3A basketball last night with Sarjan. I've seen a tremendous improvement in his game. He's been working out a lot. He's been just working on his body, working on his game.
Great run there by him, Pat.
I definitely think moving forward, he's going to have a great future.
As Derek Eliassi checks back into the game. Long 3 by Spengia, no good. Aragats wants to keep the pace going here.
I'm not sure if I like that pass by Achilles John.
As Davis pulls up for mid-range, no good. Fighting for the rebound, coming up with it is Sevan Pogosian. Inside to Andriasian. Great contest there by Kardash.
Anthony Kardash is the ultimate role player out. He defends. It reminds me a lot of Hurag from earlier today. Playing defense, rebounds.
Good deflection there by Eliassi.
And Stretch talking with the commissioner again. I don't care how frustrated you are in your game. You can't let it get the better of you. You have to keep playing, compete.
Tough 3 by Williams. And we have our first look at one of the newest players of Erebuni, Blake Hamilton. As he gets the rebound up ahead. Nice up and under move by Stretch.
Al, I haven't seen Blake Hamilton play too much. From what it looks like, he's a very solid fundamental player from what I've heard. What a rebound by Trent. I'm not sure if I like that shot he took.
For those not too familiar with Blake Hamilton, he's coming off a season playing with the American Professional, with the Cyprus Basketball Division I team, APOEL. I haven't seen much of them, but most of you might know his brother Bryce Hamilton playing for UCLA. Very talented duo. Very big piece for Erebuni moving forward here.
You know, Alec, that's one thing I want to see. That's one thing I love about this league. It brings back all these great players that used to play in college ball or professional overseas, and it's another opportunity to showcase their talents here. Daniel Torona is coming back into the game. A guy who's provided some great hustle, Alec.
Great move by Kalenjian. Good save there by Keshishian. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Eliassi. Eliassi being guarded up by Henrik Sardar-Abegian. Nice move by Eliassi. Can't get it to go. Up come Erebuni the other way. Tough layup.
Tough move by Davis. Man.
Aragats still holding on to that big lead that they got off to. As Eliassi goes up against Hamilton, over to Lusarian, makes that extra pass, and Kalenjian hits his first 3 of the game.
I love it. Unselfish, had the look, gave up the shots on the corner. I love what I'm seeing.
Davis over to Hamilton from deep. Way short there for Hamilton. Up ahead, tough look. Long 3 is good. Garin Spenjan.
That's a tough shot. Hand in the face, contest. Not easy. Looking to get into that pick and roll, it looks like. Just blows by him. Good hands by Henrik. Able to slap the ball away.
6 seconds left to play on the shot clock. Lusarian screens for Eliassi. Takes a long three, no good. Rebound Toronis, attacks and gets it to go with the left hand.
What an effort by Toronis.
Timeout, Erebuni. We got about 3 minutes left here, folks, in the second quarter. What have you seen so far from Aragats that they weren't doing last week?
They're sharing the ball. They're getting stops. They're able to score off transition because of those stops, Al. And also, the size difference. It's not as much of a disadvantage as it was last week. There is no there's no 7-footer this time playing. There's no Odiambo. However, the bigs of Erebuni, Garn Stretch Spenjon in particular, and Marquise Williams, they're putting in a great effort. They're doing their part. They're scoring. But it's up to the guards now to keep up with the youth of Aragats.
And like we mentioned for Aragats, our player spotlight from our last game, Derek Eliassi was big time. And again, we see him coming out today, ready to go, trying to get Aragats that first victory of the season. As Erebuni goes inside, Spenjon very adamant that he wants to be the guy that they go through.
Well, in his defense, he's been making good things happen all game. That's a
Long
tough shot
three.
by Shant. Not sure how to feel about that one.
Garin Spenjon making the move,
A
attacking.
lot of contact, nothing being called. I'm surprised.
Up ahead the other way, Eliassi attacking. Go ahead, Pat.
Sorry, I was just going to say, any other time, this was old NBA rules, that would have been an and one. But since we're playing with FIBA rules, the ball stops. It's on the ground. Oh, what a steal. Got to be more aware. Sloppy turnovers from both teams, it looks like. Got to do a better job taking care of that ball.
This Aragats group, a team that hasn't had much success in the AABA leagues, is off to a good start so far in this season with the differences that we talked about. A lot more energy, a lot more ball movement. Looking to get what could be an early win in the season. Meanwhile, Erebuni trying to just kind of figure themselves out. Haven't had much success in this game. Let's see what they can do in the rest of this half. Collegian with the ball, guarded by Hamilton. Over to Eliassi. Right back to Collegian. 4 on the shot clock. Lusarian for 3, and he gets it to go. Big shot there.
Big bucket. Trent's been working on that part in his game, Al. He's not really known to be a great three-point shooter, but he has worked on it.
And the frustration coming out for Erebuni as Sevon Pogosyan picks up a technical foul. We've been mentioning this all season long. The referees are allowing guys to play. And if you're not ready for it, you're going to be frustrated. And if you're frustrated, a mad player is a bad player.
Oh, definitely, Alec. I agree. And you know, these guys have enough experience playing in different competition to realize that things are not always going to go your way. Sometimes you just have to keep your mouth shut and just keep playing ball. It's that simple.
As Kashishian can hit the first. A lot of chatter from this Erebuni side. You wonder, losing to a younger team, not having many subs, the more tired you get, the more your mouth opens up, Pat.
Oh, Al, I'll be on both sides of it, no doubt. When we were younger and we beat teams, I saw the frustration. But as I got older, I lost to younger teams. Obviously, I'll get more frustrated. It's common. But a true player would understand that if you're losing to somebody that is putting in more of the effort, then there's nothing really you should be mad about. A lot of contact, nothing called.
Great strip.
What a strip by Lusarian.
One thing that we've been talking about throughout the whole day is the coaches on each side. Coach BJ Barcel Karamanyan over on the Aragats side with probably the most experience out of any coach on this team, on this league. He's been through it all, coached older guys, younger guys. He has the full respect from this Aragats group. And on the other side, Erebuni, Alan Sotiri. How much do they actually buy into what they're hearing from the sides? That's important. I think it's a very important piece in this league.
Alec, I'll tell you what, in my experience, when players are playing for a coach who is younger than them, it usually doesn't have that much success. However, when it's someone that's older and more experienced and they've been through the game through thick and thin and won at so many levels, that's a different story. You can't argue with that. I've seen Sotiri coach. He can do a great job with a younger core. But for a team that with players older than him, I don't see how much they're going to buy into it.
Free throw good by Williams. 56 seconds left in the game clock. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Eliassi guarded by Sardar Begyan. Gets cut off, but he turns. Great block by Hamilton. As Spenjon brings the ball down. Attacks. And he gets the foul call. Going to the line to shoot his first free throws of the game.
Give credit where it's due. Garnet is trying to make things happen. He's trying to make plays happen. He's taking the initiative. I like that. If you're Aragats, you have to find a way to defend him a little better.
As Garin hits that first free throw. Keshishian in for the offensive side. Tarones going out. A little undersized here for Aragats, but it's an offense-defense situation. The second free throw, no good. Aragats pushes the tempo, trying to get a 2-for-1. Up ahead. Eliassi sees Keshishian. Great move. Can't get it to go. Kardash with the rebound. Over to Andrew Petrosian for three. No good.
And that looked good too, Al.
As Williams attacks, up and under, no good. Oh, and he battles, and Keshishian with a great move. As he gets the layup to go with 3 seconds left. Sean with the steal. No good. Woo!
What an effort we're seeing from Aragats, Alec.
Great effort from Aragats. Ending the half up 48-32. Stick around, folks. We're going to take a quick break to listen to our halftime sponsors.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part, you know. And
No, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, he's like, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what you need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part, you know. And
No, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, he's like, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
I mean, what's important for this upcoming season is just Gary being consistent and getting a chance to show what he can do and be on the court, and all this hard work to pay off from where he started last year and kind of just keep evolving to where it's going. As we talk about, G, it's about getting 1% better every day. I think that's what you need to just focus on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And welcome back, everyone, to what has been a very, very surprising game between Aragats and Erebuni. I can't tell you anyone that probably thought the score would be in the favor of Aragats today. Up 48-32 heading in to the second half. Erebuni started off a little tough, no subs, but they started picking it up again. Can Aragats keep that tempo going? We'll take a look here. As Hamilton pulls up from deep, no good. Aragats looking to keep this pace, like I mentioned, Pat.
That starts from transition. Being able to get the stops, push the ball. Well, they can do it.
As Collegian hits the first three of the half.
You know, Alec, one thing I'm noticing is Aragats, they're starting to get used to that European range. I remember the first tournament we played with them, they struggled.
And a missed opportunity there for Erebuni. Aragats pushing the ball up. Collegian, can he hit two in a row? No good.
But that's a good look. If you're Aragats, you want him to shoot that every time.
As Hamilton finally gets his first shot to go of the game. Like we mentioned, he's such a big piece to this team without a guy like Robert Valentine here today. High pick and roll from Taronis over to Collegian. Taronis, pass off to Keshishian. Has Williams up on him. Great move by Keshishian. Tough shot.
Looked like a lot of contact, no foul. The refs are really letting them play today.
Williams for three, no good. Up ahead, Eliassi pushing the tempo. Tough pass to Lusarian, but he saves it. Tarones, a lot of contact, no foul, but Eliassi with the effort.
As much I want to give credit to Tarones and Lusarian, that's all Derek Eliassi right there. Putting in the effort from your point guard. What more do you want?
Hamilton getting the bucket to go.
That's too easy for him.
You see a little bit of hesitancy from Hamilton. You wonder if he's just trying to feel out his team right now, having came in the second quarter. As Collegian, good idea, just couldn't get it to go. And a good take foul by Taronis, stopping the fast break opportunity on the other side.
It looked like he had that layup there. I'm not sure why you would settle for that jump shot. But again, that's a mistake I feel a lot of players are making nowadays, Alec. They get content, and they just want to pull up. And Corey Davis back into the game. He's been very productive today, Al.
He has. As he pulls up and gets the deep three to go. Eliassi bringing the ball up. Aragats up 53-40 into Taronis as he gets fouled by Davis on his way up. Will go to the line to shoot two.
You know, Al, I feel this is a mistake a lot of players are making. They're forgetting they need two guys from the opposition to line up. We've been seeing it all day.
Taronis gets the first to go as Spengian comes into the game. First Sardar Begin. No good by Taronis on the second. Hamilton up ahead to Pagosian. And you just can't have that if you're Aragats. It's a fast break opportunity off of a missed free throw, making this a 12-point game. 54-42, Aragats up by 12. Erebuni trying to get this to single digits. seems like every time they fight back, Aragats does something special. Let's take a look, guys, at our fall season schedule. As we mentioned, games every Saturday between now and October 22nd. Early look, Pat, early predictions. Which teams, now that we've seen every team so far in this league, who do you like?
It's tough to say, Alec. I haven't seen too much of Hollywood Hrazdan, defending champs. The key for them is, can Andre Spite play in this season? But besides Hollywood Hrazdan, I think Armand has also been impressing me. So I guess we'll just see, Al. I'm not sure.
Andre Spite, premier player for Hrazdan, did not play in that first game. A lot of players in this league hoping for opportunities outside of here as well. As Eliassi goes up, gets it blocked, up ahead, Davis to Spenjian for three. No good. As Kashishian fights for the rebound, can't get it to go. Ironically, ran into our Fanzia poster over there. Want to give Fanzia a big shout out. They're taking our fan base engagement to the next level and helping us putting together this amazing stream for everyone to follow and watch. Make sure to follow them at fanzia.app. Collegian for three, no good. Hamilton with another rebound. Oh, dribbles it off his foot as Eliassi gets the... And a take foul again.
Is that a clear path foul? I don't know. It looked like he was on his own. Nobody there. But a good foul nonetheless by Narbe. He stopped a 3-on-1 or 3-0 run.
Oh, Collegian up against Davis. Hands off to Eliassi. Eliassi mid-range is good. Great action between two of the best point guards or guards in this league. As Davis attacks right back at Collegian. And if you're Aragats, you don't want to slow this game down, giving Erebuni a chance to settle down. Great shot there by Taronis. Good pass from Lusararian.
That was a nice touch by Taronis.
Hamilton with the ball, guarded by Taronis. And you could see he's becoming a little more aggressive now, getting a feel of the game.
That's 8 straight points for Hamilton. Right now it's too easy for him. Shot by Kishishan. Oh, it just rolls off. That's gotta be tough.
What a move
certain
there by
shot.
Sean Collegian.
Wow.
Seen him do that quite a few times. That spin move of his, one of the best. As Erebuni's walking back the other way, you could tell they're tired. With 4 minutes left here in the third quarter, up ahead to Eliassi. Gets it to go. And Aragats, once again, finding a little bit of tempo is what makes them successful. And we have a timeout by Erebuni. 62-49 with 4:05 left here to play. What do you think about Eliassi's performance here and compared to his first game as our player spotlight?
It's a very identical game, Alec. Last game he had 30 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Today I'm not too sure how many points and assists he has, but I gotta tell you, he's making a great impact. He's pushing the tempo. He's being active with his hands. He's getting easy layups. That's exactly what you want if you're Aragats.
Derek, once again, one of the most competitive players, but you know who is one of the most competitive in this league? Robert Valentine, another big piece that we keep mentioning. Anytime you go without a guy that brings you an easy 20 to 30 points a game and can drop 40 in his season debut and his league debut, has to be mentioned.
Oh, it's definitely it's an empty hole right now, and they're trying to fill it out. He's a guy who can space the floor. He's very smart. Not having him clearly hurts. And it looks like there's an issue with the clock. And Aragats looking to apply some full court pressure.
You know, you don't want to give these guys a head start with the ball, so pressuring them up a little bit earlier helps. As Williams attacks just like that, gets stopped at the rim as Pogosian makes an effort to get the rebound. Hamilton with the ball, guarded by Taronis again, up on the top of the key. Attacks to his right. Great move, but he can't get it to go.
Wow.
As Eliassi attacks the other way, and he gets it to go.
What a burst of speed by Eliassi.
4-point turnaround there, but Hamilton gets it right back for Erebuni.
Tough take by Hamilton. That last layup he had was...
Coach BJ asking for someone to take a charge. Pat, is anyone going to step in front of this man on his way to the basket?
Al, you need to have the heart to do it. Now, I'm not saying these guys don't have a heart, but learning how to do it, understanding when to do it. Not too many people get that. Only a few players in this league will do that.
That, and you want to keep your face and teeth in check.
You know what? I'd rather have a broken nose and take the win rather than be healthy and lose.
As Kalejian, guarded by Pogosian, Keshishian pulls up, tough three. As the shot clock was expiring, Erebuni on the other end. Spengen gets it to go, and it's a 10-point game with 3 minutes left here in the third quarter.
As Aragats wants to set something up.
Aragats going through their motion as Eliassi attacks, and he gets it. A mismatch there with the speed advantage for Eliassi against Sarge Arabegian. Could have been a carry there.
What a pass by Sarge Arabegian to Pogosian. And Eliassi looks down, but he appears to be okay.
Love the tempo here from both sides now as Erebuni picks up the pace. Meanwhile, Aragats trying to keep it up, keep that lead going as Keshishian can't get it to go.
He's not been able to buy the last couple of baskets he's had, Alec.
He's been settling on that three the last couple of possessions, like you said, Pat, but you would hope to see him get back into attack mode. Erebuni asking for a tip on that last shot. Won't get it. Just under 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Hamilton with the steal.
Good hands by Hamilton. Pickpocketed shot. You know, Alec, these young guards, when they start finally playing against guys that have been experienced like this, they finally start realizing what kind of defense they can play. You can't beat everyone the same way. As
we wait for the game to come back into action here, once again, another shout out to one of our main sponsors, Miasin. They've been helping us produce this whole season. Give them a shout out. Give them a follow at Miasin_Inc. on Instagram. Go get caught up. As Corey Davis attacks the basket. Davis being one of the main guys that I was looking for, Erebuni, in this matchup. Might be a little undersized, but you got to give him the heart. The talent is there, but can't get that one to go. Eliassi, backdoor to Kalejian. Inside to Kardash. Petrosian swings it over to Eliassi, a bit short. Up to Pogosian. Over to Williams. In the corner, Davis pulls up. He gets it to go. And we have a 6-point game, 66-60. Aragats holding on to that early lead that they formed. But Erebuni just fighting back in. A lot of contact, and the foul is called. Keshishian back in the game for Aragats. Took a quick breather. They need him to step it up this quarter if they're going to be successful.
Oh, what a take. Can't finish.
Tough miss there for Eliassi. Espenjan attacks, and he gets the basket to go. Chance to make it a 3-point play. And just like that, it's a 4-point game.
Alec, when you're a bigger, more experienced team, these things happen. But for Aragats, they went away from what was working for them. And they're very fortunate right now. Erebuni's missing their free throws.
Petrosian for 3. No good, but Kardash fighting for the rebound, but who comes up with it?
Oh, what a steal.
Corey Davis. Up ahead, Davis.
Oh, what a
great
block.
contest there by Taronis.
And a foul's called on Spenjan, looks like.
Side out of bounds with 14.3 left. No more fouls to give on either end. Ball comes into play. Keshishian over to Eliassi. 10 seconds left. Guarded by Davis.
Oh,
And he
what
gets it to go.
soft touch.
And with that basket, Aragats taking a lead into the fourth quarter, 68-62. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere right after these commercial breaks.
Last year was an eye-opening experience working out for 5 teams. So you know your hard work is what got you those opportunities. And I always said I'll open the door for you, but you just got to do your part. You know. And
No, that's true. It's funny because he told me that when I signed with him. He's like, look, he's like, I'm gonna get you in front of these doors. I'm gonna get you in front of NBA doors, no doubt. But once you walk into that gym, you gotta perform. I can't perform for you.
And we're back, folks, in what is yet another great game here from Academy USA in the AABA League, Week 2, in between Aragats and Erebuni. If you're just joining us, Aragats started off on an amazing run, up by as many as 22 points in this game, but Erebuni, getting a few of their main players to show up a little bit later, have fought back and made it a 6-point game. As Davis attacks, gets the foul called and one.
What a tough take by Davis, putting the team on his back.
Looking to get that three-point play, and he does. 68-65. Aragats up by 3. Eliassi getting away with a call there as Lusararian gets the basket to go.
Much needed bucket for Lusarian and for Aragats. Makes it a 5-point game. You know, Alec, stuff like that is bound to happen. Basketballs are going to come on the court, especially in this kind of gym.
Hamilton with a strong move to the basket.
Hamilton also carrying the load here, doing everything he can to try to cut this lead down.
As a professional player, it's something that you would expect from him, keeping his composure, understanding that there's so much time left in this game. With over 9 minutes of stop clock, that's more than 20, 30 minutes of real time. With fouls, with free throws, as he makes both free throws, making it a 3-point game, 70-67. Aragats running some action. Getting Kashishian back with the ball as he attacks. No good, but Kardosh with the rebound. Anthony Kardosh with a few big-time play by Lusararian.
Gotta give credit to Kardosh right there. That's all his effort.
As Sardar Begin attacks, trying to do it on his own again. Not the recipe for success. Great look inside. Kardosh just didn't have a good feel for it. Tough break.
Coach BJ pleading, make it simple. I agree with him. You don't want to make it more complicated than what it already is. As Davis hits a nice floater.
Those are the baskets you need if you're Aragats, and those are the baskets you want if you're Erebuni on the other end with Corey Davis. And again, Eliassi, you got to look at that as the biggest mismatch right now. Eliassi being guarded by Sardar Abegian, much younger player. Spenjian for 3, no good. Pogosyan, big rebound. Can't get it to go. Has not been getting the call that he wants. But I have to say, referees are calling it pretty even. Kashishian gets the screen, guarded by Hamilton.
Kashishian making things a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. The simple pass will always work.
Davis guarded by Petrosian. Thinks that he has a mismatch there, but can't get it to go. Aragats with 2 possessions by Kashishian that resulted in turnovers. They need him to step it up again. As Eliassi again to the left hand.
What a performance we're seeing from Derek Eliassi. Again, just blowing by any defender that puts in his way.
As Andreassian
making things happen, trying to put in some work on the He's a great rebounder. But he hasn't really been, he's been a little quiet offensively.
7 minutes left to play. Aragats up 76-69. As Spengen gets the ball, guarded by Taronis. Good take there by Spengen. And he'll get rewarded by going to the line. Shoot 2.
You know, Alec, we forget Stretch Spengen has played for a long time in multiple competitive leagues. He was on the 2013 Armenian national team. That was the team that they were trying to take before Andre Spicy in 2016 went. So had that gone through, he would have been part of something really special.
Garen moving over from New York to California brings a lot of energy and flair to this league. As Hamilton can't get it to go, followed by Spengen.
There to clean it up. Sarion wants to. Oh, kicks it back out to Kilijian. A nice move by Davis. Very patient.
Back to a 3-point game. 6.5 left to play. And that spin move again from Kilijian.
A lot of contact again, no call. Ref saying hands were straight up.
As Garen stretch.
What a shot, tying the game. What a performance we're seeing from him today. Right now we're seeing Davis shadow Eliassi, but doesn't appear that Aragats. Oh, what a find.
Great look inside.
They can't finish.
Another missed opportunity from Aragats. Will this come back to haunt them again after starting by 20 points? After being up by 22, you just knew Erebuni was not going to let go early on. Aragats has kept the lead for the majority of the game. Now it's a tie game at 76 apiece. Big possession here if you're Aragats. Good take there by Eliassi. He'll go to the line.
I like the recognition from Aragats, in particular Sean Kilijian. Try to get Derek open. Right now we're seeing Davis shadowing Eliassi, but I love the recognition there. The guy has scored your last 10 points. You have to get him open.
Eliassi gets the first to go with just over 5 minutes left here in what has been another amazing game in our second week of action in the AABA League. Corey Davis up ahead, pulls up, gets it to go from mid-range. And we have a 1-point lead, the first of the game for Erebuni. Hamilton attacks.
Ooh. Close to being an N1. Too big for Lusarion there.
Still a lot of time left in this game. 4 minutes, 26 seconds left. Erebuni up by 1. Hamilton looking to make it a 3-point game.
What an effort we've seen from Corey Davis. He is doing everything for Erebuni right now. And I love that he's taking initiative to guard Eliassi. That just shows how bad he wants to win this game.
If I'm Aragats, I'm looking to get a switch so that Eliassi isn't guarded by Corey Davis, who, like you said, has done a great job. And we have a timeout from Aragats here. 4:21 left to play in what has been a great matchup here between Aragats and Erebuni. If you're just joining us, Aragats took an early lead in this one, as many as 22 points. And we saw Erebuni finally pick it up, starting in that second quarter. And in the third and fourth, it's been almost toe-to-toe.
That's what happens when you have an experienced, bigger team, Alec. They're going to find ways to score. But for Aragats, certain players need to understand their positioning and understanding of being patient. I feel the guards of Aragats are trying to take it upon themselves to win this game and ultimately take shots that they're not necessarily used to. If they can just be a little more patient, run their sets, good things will happen. And for Erebuni, keep feeding Corey Davis.
Coming out of this timeout, let's see what Aragats has drawn up. As Collegian attacks, but again, Hamilton, such a big piece. And Taronis getting it right back for Aragats. Here it is. Here's the matchup. Tough miss there by Lucerarian.
Looking to double Hamilton on top.
Spenjon with the ball. Attacks to his left. And Kashishian not setting his feet, gets the charge call. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better position there for a charge.
I completely agree, Alec. I don't know what more you want. You had the right position. All you had to do was set your feet, sacrifice your body. That's it.
First free throw's good by Stretch. And this is where that younger team mentality hurts Aragats, where it helped them in the first quarter, getting down on themselves with so much time left to play. Just got to get a basket here. As Kashishian attacks, can't get it to go.
Struggling this half. Can't buy anything. And Erebuni right now looking to shed some clock. What a take by Andre Alcion. His first basket couldn't have come at a bigger time.
Lead is up to 6 for Erebuni. Eliassi pulling up from deep. No good. Good tip. Big shot coming up here. In and out for Kashishian. And after being up by 20, it just has that feeling that Aragats doesn't have enough left to finish this game off. Can I be wrong? I hope. I want to see the young guys get their first victory.
What a block by Hamilton. Stopping the easy layup for Kashishian.
Got to give credit to Erebuni here today. Started off the game with 5 players, down by 20. Up 83-77 with 2.5 left here.
And out of bounds. Another turnover for Aragats. Seems all the energy they had is being sucked out, Alec. Six-point game. You know Erebuni's going to want to use up the clock. What a take.
Unselfish play there, and a travel call. A little too unselfish from Erebuni. It's still a 2-possession game with just over 2 minutes left. Eliassi attacking, dishes it over to Lusararian. Short on the 3. And I'm not too sure why Aragats are acting like this game is over as Erebuni attack on the other side. As Keshishin hits a big 3. Back to a 2-possession game with a lot of time left.
And a foul on Kilijan.
Tough break there for Aragats. 1:35 left here.
Kazarian coming to the game for rebounding purposes.
First shot is good by Davis.
What a game we've seen from Corey Davis, Alec. He's done everything he's could to put this team on his back. Him and Hamilton. What a game.
Aragats pushing the ball. Inside, Eliassi looking for this 3, and he gets it. 83-87. And we have a timeout from Erebuni. Woo.
You know, Alec, 1:19 left in the game. Or, excuse me, 1:17. Still plenty of time. 4-point game. You never know what could happen.
A lot of time left. Don't need to foul right away. Still a lot of time. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. If I'm Aragats, I try and get a stop here. No foul needed. Go back the other way and try and get a quick bucket.
If you're Erebuni, you want to take your time, take care of the basketball, make sure the ball is in Corey Davis's hands.
Now Erebuni only has 3 seconds to cross half court on this possession here. Let's see if Aragats realizes that and pushes up a little bit. Hamilton with the ball over to Pogosian. Over to Davis, back to Pogosian. He attacks, dishes it out to Hamilton for a long 3. No good, but a foul called on Keshishin on that rebound. And Pogosian will go to the line to shoot 2.
Positioning is key, Alec. Any kind of box out. Sevon had the stance, he had position, and Greg's wondering where's the foul there. If one player has a position there, he can push him off.
Pogosian gets both to go.
Big free
1
throws.
minute left here. And not a good shot there by Keshishin. It just seems like Aragats doesn't understand the timing of things at times, being such a young group. As Eliassi misses, gets it right back. No good.
Can't fall. And I think that should do it, Alec.
In a tough battled game by Aragats, they just couldn't seal the deal as Erebuni takes an 8-point lead and finishes this game off.
And that should do it. What a game from Hamilton and Corey Davis.
And folks, that is the final in our last game of the day, with Erebuni knocking off Aragats and getting a much tougher victory than they probably expected. Aragats with a lot of good things early on in this game, falling short. And folks, stay tuned every week, every Saturday from now until October 22nd. We're going to have many more fun and exciting games coming to you. I'm Alec Karamanian signing off from AABA League. Patrick Karamanian along with the rest of our production team. We want to thank you all for watching. See you all next week.